asked me to set down all the events of the last 3 years. They said it would be like exploring an old but familiar house, that I might go through the same room twice, but if I inspected closely, I would see that while the occupants changed, the house itself would remain constant. It seemed like a prison they were describing. But then I suppose there is nothing to say you cannot open a few windows en route. It all started in the spring of 1959.
Reverend Mother wants to see you in her office. Well, as quick as you can. Take it.
You sent for me, Reverend Mother. Morris. Close the door, will you? Your brother has some news for you, Anna. Come, sit down.
What is it? What's happened?
Anna. Anna. Your mother has been taken to hospital. We don't know the details yet, only that she collapsed while she was out shopping this morning. Your aunt telephoned your brother at school, and he's come to take you to the hospital.
Collapsed? But she's not ill. She's never ill, is she?
Let us pray that she isn't now, child. That it's nothing too serious.
Reverend Mother.
Thank you, sister. No need to change, Anna. Just go as you are. And we won't expect you back for the rest of the week. Stay with your mother as long as she needs you. Now, better not keep that taxi waiting. Anna. She'll be in our prayers tonight. You all will.
We still haven't been told what's wrong with her.
Somebody will be along in a minute. Religion?
CV.
Date of birth. It's just a formality. Questions have to be asked and answered, don't they?
So why won't somebody tell us what's going on?
They will. The doctor's on the way over to do just that. The approximate age will do.
She'll be 40 next birthday.
Can we see her?
Perhaps later, when she comes out of theatre.
Theatre?
Just be patient, all right? The doctor will tell everything when he comes. Next of kin?
Us.
What about your father?
He lives in London. They're separated.
So long as they're not divorced, he still qualifies. They're not divorced, are they?
No.
Right then. What's his name?
Alec Mitchell Blake.
Where can he be reached? What's his phone number?
We don't know. We only know he lives in London.
Hampstead 2391. 13A Beecham Road, NW3.
Oh, thank heavens. I was afraid you wouldn't get my messages. I was only talking to her on the phone last night. She was fine. It's even talking about getting some new bedding plants for the front garden. Now suddenly... Now you sit there, darling, and be a good boy for Mummy. Right, Nurse, now what's the situation? I mean, how is she?
You are?
Her sister, Mrs. Butte. B-U-T-E.
If you'd like to come with me, Mrs. Butte, we'll find the doctor. And perhaps you could telephone the husband. He ought to be informed about the operation.
Operation? What operation?
Perhaps we should talk privately.
Hannah, will you keep an eye on him for me?
What is it? What's happening?
Well, how the hell do I know?
I feel sick.
Well, that's all we need.
You never told me you knew his telephone number.
It was on his last Christmas card, if you really want to know. Oh, it's just a bloody farce. I mean, what the hell's he got to do with it? Why should he care one way or the other?
He's still her husband, isn't he?
So? Why did you have to bring him along, little brat?
That's naughty.
I mean, she's our mother, for Pete's sake. Why can't they tell us what's going on? Treat us all like 5-year-olds. Didn't anyone ever tell you it's rude to stare?
It's a perforated ulcer. They've had to remove some of her stomach. She's coming out of the operation now.
But is she all right?
Well, I don't know. There was some problem with her blood or something. I couldn't take it all in. He said they'd know better tomorrow.
Well, can we see her?
Soon. They'll tell us when.
That's a good
Never even knew she had an ulcer.
No, you weren't alone in that, I'm afraid.
Did you get through to father?
I left a message.
With his woman, I suppose.
I didn't ask Morris. I had something else to think about, didn't I?
Maintain blood at a slow rate. Quarter-hourly observations. Better give her something for the pain. There's some dehydration. Just give her a few drops. Enough to wet her lips. You're ready?
Just where he will ultimately leave these millions, it's difficult to prophesy. But already he's launched an onslaught against centuries of primitive poverty and neglect in Cuba. Already he's started to house his people.
Morris,
I thought you were going to
Already
bed.
he's begun a campaign against illiteracy.
Don't forget to lock up.
Already he is trying to wipe out the diseases that thrived on ignorance. Fidel Castro says that he will abolish that scourge of many Latin American republics, which decrees that some people can be immensely rich, while most of the people remain unbelievably poor and destitute.
I asked you to come with me. That's not true.
Don't bother to lie.
I asked you to come with me. That's not true.
Oh, do I? Don't bother to lie until she was.
She was not with
Oh,
me.
is that same slug?
I have not been with her. How many times have I had to do with it? Look. I went out, I had one drink, and I came home.
Stop lying to me!
Stop! What the children do you want them to know?
The children? Since when are you ever giving a damn about the children, about anyone except yourself?
This.
Let go of my arm!
To me.
You let go!
Listen, I went out, I had one drink. I went one drink, and then I came straight home. I didn't stop off anywhere. I didn't stop with anyone. I went out, I had one drink, and I came straight home.
Will you stop lying to me?
Stop it.
It's all right. It's just a dream, that's all. One of your stupid nightmares. It's over now, come on. Yeah, I'll drink it.
Oh. Don't go.
It's like a bloody fridge in here.
Well, use this.
Time we grew out of them, you know.
I thought I had.
Why'd you keep all this junk?
I like it. Morris, what time is it?
It's 3:30.
I'm starving.
Well, if that's a hint, tough.
Morris, I'm frightened.
Yeah, well, there's nothing to be frightened of yet, is there?
Can't really remember Father at all. Except when I dream about him. I try sometimes, but I can't. And the more I try, the more difficult it gets. It shouldn't do. I mean, 5 years isn't that long, is it? Can you?
More or less.
All I can remember were his hands. They were very big. Pass that box, will you?
Pass it yourself.
Go on. I'll show you something. A photograph of him.
I thought Mum burned them all.
Except one. I rescued it. Well, do you want to see it or what? I used to keep it in my purse, but all the money was wearing the picture off.
Well, you can say that again. Is that me or you?
You, I think.
Oh. You know what I can remember best is The picnic the weekend before he left. When he took us all to the lakes. Mum wanted to take sandwiches, but he wouldn't hear of it. We had this posh lunch in a hotel with wine and everything. And in the afternoon, we climbed a hill. Well, at least he and I did. You and Mum stayed in the car. And at the top, he had a cigarette. He said it was a day to remember.
Did you ever meet her?
Once. We were out shopping and he called by at her house on the way home to return some books, he said.
What was she like?
Tallish.
Beautiful?
Kind of. Yes, as a matter of fact, she was.
All I ever knew about her was her name. Olivia Murray. I used to imagine them together, drinking tea out of bone china cups and making polite conversation.
Well, I think they go up to rather more than that.
I suppose they did.
Do you know, after he'd gone, Mother wouldn't even walk past the street she lived in, even though they were in London by then. You had to pass it to get to the library, you see, but she always went the long way around. Imagine it, walking half a mile out of your way just to avoid somebody's empty house.
Which house was it?
Well, it was the big white one in Trinity Street. Thought I might look in on them, actually, when I'm in London. See how the old extramarital menage is progressing. Yes, well, if the old exam results are okay, I'll be at university down there, won't I?
Well, supposing he doesn't want to see you?
Well, he will.
Well, he hasn't been to see us, has he?
Oh, it's hardly the same.
If he cared about us enough, he would have...
But he can't see us because of Mother, can he? Now, use your head, Anna. Well, besides, I'm curious, aren't you? It's not as if he's dead, is it? I mean, he's probably curious as well about how we turned out.
If he'd stayed, he'd know.
Going to bed. Yeah, I'm inquiring after my mother, Mrs. Celia Blake. Yeah, Blake. Hello. Oh, well, is that good or what? Oh, I see. Right. Yeah, thank you very much. Bye-bye. Mrs. Blake's condition has improved. She spent a comfortable night and is progressing well.
Really?
What did I tell you, darling? Southport flavor 6. Speaking. Tim. Yeah, I just rang the hospital now, as a matter of fact. They reckon she's improved. A burst after, yeah. No, she just collapsed. No one knew. Me? Oh, I'm fine. Oh, not bad. Physics was a bit of a sweat. Well, I thought I might be an engineer, actually, like you. Yes. Oh, she's fine. Here, ask yourself. Hang on a moment. He wants to talk to you. Well, don't be stupid. He's waiting.
No.
She must have gone to the shops. Yeah, I'll tell her. Well, in the autumn, if all goes well. Well, I'd like that very much. Yes, I've got the address. Right, I will. I'll see you then. Bye. You knew bloody well you were there all the time.
Don't have to speak to him if I don't want. What did he want, anyway?
He's got Aunt Kitty's message and he wanted to know if there's anything he could do. And as for not wanting to see me in London, he practically insisted on it. So much for your theory. Sent you his love, by the way.
You're looking better anyway, isn't she, Morris?
I'm looking terrible. So much to do, I have to lie here. Tonight when you come, bring my knitting, Anna. I can't just do nothing. I'll go mad.
Right.
And tomorrow I want you back at school. I'm not having you falling behind.
But they said
But I don't care what they said. You're going. Same goes for you, Morris. Well, you best go and get that stuff. It's early closing today. Anyway, I'm tired.
Anything else you want bringing tonight?
Oh, a clean night, it would be nice.
Right.
Oh! Steady.
Sorry.
Well, cheerio, Arkin. And don't do anything I wouldn't do, eh?
And you behave yourself. You're in charge of the house, remember?
Well, how could I forget?
Halfway down on the right-hand page. I'll keep caving. That's nothing. There's an even better one.
Catholics inside for Mass. The rest of you wait here until you're called. Come along now.
That's me. Bring it in for us, will you?
Well, suppose I get caught.
Well, say it's for educational purposes.
Good run up to it. And over. Row. Good. Next. Good. Next.
Do you think she ever does it? Miss Rose.
Good run up to it.
Oh, not if she can help it. Mother explained it to me when she gave me these hamsters on my 12th birthday. Or she tried to. I called one of them Honey and one Beano. And Beano kept climbing onto Honey's back. So I asked her why. She sat me down and gave me this long lecture on reproduction. When she finished, she went all red and said it was the same with humans. I said it was revolting and I wasn't going to do it ever.
Patricia Wainwright says she almost did it last Easter.
Oh, she would. She never carries anything through that one.
What gets me is thinking of one's parents doing it.
I know. But they must have, at least twice. You and Morris are the proof of it. Nearest I got to it was with Mark. Mark? One of my cousins. I told you about him. He wanted to touch me here, you know. Did you let him? Only the once.
Wasn't much to write home about. Look, that's him on the right.
Who's the other one?
His brother, Jonathan. Anyway, they say you shouldn't go the whole way with cousins. It's practically incest, isn't it? Yeah, I bet your Morris gets up to some tricks.
Oh, he wouldn't know where to begin. Aunt Kitty says he's a late developer like that.
Want to bet?
Ow!
First of all, he has to grip the rim of the shell to give him leverage. Then he jams his other legs into the sand and just heaves. There he is, right side up. So he is. Hermit crabs are fussy creatures. They change their shells just
So
about
what else did he say? Alec, when he rang.
Oh. Well, just that if you wanted him to take the children while you convalesced, he'd be very happy to. And I told him we were managing quite nicely.
Very quick with his offers of help all of a sudden.
Well, he obviously still cares about them, doesn't he?
Well, he cares about us being seen doing the right thing. Caring, dutiful father.
Did you want another cup of tea or something?
Please, dear.
What on earth have you done to your face?
I put some makeup on.
Oh, for heaven's sake, don't go out in the street like that. That's all he said, is it?
Really, sis, I don't know why you didn't speak to him yourself. He asked how you were, and I said I thought you would be up in a few days. He said he was glad to hear it. I thanked him for calling.
Yes,
and
all
he
right,
said-
Kitty.
And when all's said and done, he certainly kept his word. You can't fault him there. Mortgage, school fees, regular money.
Conscience money.
Oh, Celia.
Can you think of a better word for it?
Well, it still can't be easy. Well, he's got other commitments now, hasn't he?
Is that what you call her?
There's no forgiveness in you. Even as a child, you could always bear a grudge longer than anybody else I knew.
I'm just supposed to forgive and forget, is that it?
He did, didn't he? And he had as much to forgive.
If I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, the gentle sin is this: my lips, two blushing pilgrims, ready stand to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much, which manly devotion shows in this for saints.
My lips, O trespass sweetly urged, give me my sin again.
You kiss by the book.
Madam, your mother craves a word with you.
What is her mother?
Marry, bachelor, her mother is the lady of the house, and a good lady, and a wise and virtuous. I nursed her daughter that you talked withal. I tell you, he that can lay hold of her shall have the chinks.
Is she a Capulet? O dear account, my life is my foe's death.
Catch me crying on my last day of term. Or me. Pathetic. You making. Same every year. Last day of term. Out come the hankies and the crocodile tears.
There you are. Rachel, be sure to give it to your parents as soon as you get home.
Yes, sister. Thank you, sister.
Perhaps you'd like to go on ahead. I want a few words with Anna.
Yes, sister.
It's only fair to warn you, Anna, that your report isn't all it could be again. You know, of course, to what I'm referring.
No, sister.
Then let me refresh your memory. Geography, a marked lack of effort. History, an increasing inability to concentrate. Physics, once again a regrettable deterioration. Well, what have you to say? You're an intelligent girl, Anna, and you're deliberately wasting yourself. Why? Don't you want to go to university? To make your mother proud of you? Please answer me, Anna.
Yes, sister.
You mock those girls because they're crying. You call it pathetic. It isn't pathetic at all. They're crying because a part of their life is over, and because they don't feel prepared to face what's ahead of them. But they will do. Because for the most part, they've done their groundwork. They know what their capabilities are and how to use them. They know how to survive. But you're not interested in that, Anna, are you? In putting any kind of test on your abilities? I can only imagine, because that way you don't have to face the prospect of failure. Am I right? There's nothing wrong in failure, provided you know how to use it. That's a trick we all have to learn.
Yes, sister.
Very well, Anna. You can go.
Thank you, sister.
Well, 3 guesses. The Sermon on the Mount, eh? Hey, is that your Morris over there?
So it is! Oi, Morris! Morris! Let's catch him up. Yeah.
Berenice Butler? I thought your brother was supposed to be intelligent. I mean, of all people. Ugh. The little sister was the last to know.
Mother, we're just going to get some library books. Tea can wait, can't it?
Yes, I don't see why not. What's that?
Hello, Mrs. Blake. How are you?
Oh, can't complain. And you?
Oh, fine, you know.
For you. We shan't be long.
Rachel, could you get the books? You know where her room is, don't you? They're on the windowsill.
Yes, Mrs. Blake.
Mother, I'm sorry.
You're sorry? For the last 2 terms, you've not lifted a finger, not done a stroke. And you think you can put it all right by I am sorry. My God, Anna. Do you want to end up behind a shop counter, do you? Marrying the first man who comes along so you can get out of it?
Of course not.
Well, why do you think I wanted you to go to that school? Why do you think I asked your father to pay the fees? Do you think I wanted to? Do you think I enjoy asking him for money, for anything? I did it for you. So you could get a decent job and support yourself. You wouldn't have to rely on a man to do it for you. So you could have some pride, some dignity. You wouldn't have the humiliation of taking handouts for the food and clothes, the roof over your head. You know where it goes. You just don't see it, do you? In spite of all the times we've been through it, all the conversations we've had, you still refuse to see it.
See what?
That when they write those things about you, about your character and your attitude, it's really me they're blaming.
I don't blame you for anything, Mother.
Your friend's waiting.
Morris's reports weren't always perfect, were they?
Why must you always compare yourself to Morris, Anna? I don't.
Don't you?
Anna! I have always treated you children exactly the same, always. And I will not have that thrown at me simply so that you can have the last word.
Imagine these.
What's going on?
One pair of eyes. We're expecting royalty. Didn't you know? Ooh, and this is my
Jamie, look, will you please sit still and stop dropping things on the floor?
Do you live locally, Mrs. Butte?
Braddock Street. Do you know it? Just behind the trading estate. Yes, we're local girls. Born and bred, aren't we, sis?
Is your mother still involved in all her committee work, Berenice?
Oh, more so than ever. She never seems to have a spare moment.
Yes, I can imagine.
It's delicious cake.
Don't like this cake, Mummy.
Oh, Jamie, I'm going to get awfully cross in a minute. Now, look, have a biscuit instead.
So sorry, what did you say?
It's delicious cake. Did you make it yourself?
Well, it's an old family recipe. It's very simple.
And very successful.
Thank you.
Jamie, will you stop that?
Thank you, dear.
I hear that congratulations are in order for you, too, on getting a scholarship.
I was just lucky with the papers.
They excel themselves, a pair of them. They don't just give out these scholarships to anyone, you know.
Oh, Mother.
They don't. I'm proud of it, even if you aren't.
Which university are you headed for?
Bedford College. It's in London.
Oh, the same as Morris? Oh. Oh, how nice. You'll be able to see something of one another then.
Yes.
The last page of a murder mystery. This is sheer unmitigated sadism. I mean, that's a mystery in itself, isn't it? Who tore the last page out? I know who did it. Who? The murderer. So nobody will know who it was.
I want you.
You're on form today, aren't you? Ready?
I suppose you have an explanation for these.
It's only a book. Read another one. Don't be a fool. How can I read another one with that one still haunting me?
Yes, well, come on, Mother. I'm not exactly 12 years old anymore, am I?
I imagine that's what all these late nights have been about, these cultural excursions into Liverpool with Berenice. Well?
It wasn't Berenice, if you must know.
Well, only because she's got more sense. Who was it then? Some little tramp from the estate? Who?
Oh, does it really matter?
I want to know.
Well, it was just a girl I met. She was up here on holiday with some friends. It was before I even met Berenice.
And how many before her, I wonder?
Oh, look, I am nearly 19, for God's sake.
And you certainly started as you mean to go on. All the time, so perfect, so above reproach, my God.
That was your definition, Mother, not mine.
And what do you suppose other people's will be? Come on, tell me that. I'm the one who has to go on living here. I'm the one who has to walk down the street knowing what they're all saying about you.
Who gives a damn what they say? That's all you ever care about, isn't it? What other people think.
Cheap little womanizer. Just like his father before him, that's what they'll think. No good to himself or anyone else.
Well, I'll just have to see if I can live up to it, won't I?
Well, you already are, Morris. He'd be really proud of you. Get them out of this house, out of my sight.
It does take two, you know. Or had you forgotten?
She's gone upstairs.
Who bloody Ray?
What was it? What she found?
You want a diagram? Sooner I get out of this lousy hole, the better.
Oh, she'll forget about it by morning.
Oh, she won't forget. She's going to one of her Teutonic silences for the next couple of weeks. Except I won't be around to see it, thank God.
Why? Where are you going?
London. Yeah, well, it's only a month early. I mean, I'll get a room somewhere till term starts.
But how will you live?
I don't know. I'll get a job on a building site. I don't know. Who cares? I'll touch Father for a few quid. Well, he owes me that much by now. Always like the time the Flasher was loose on the beach showing all he got to the high school girl. Do you remember? She called him a sexual maniac, not a sex maniac. Oh, no, but a sexual maniac. She even manages to make the word sound filthy. Now, do you want some of this?
Wasn't it really Berenice? Sorry. Why did it have to be London? There's plenty of universities up here, plenty.
Yeah, well, they're not doing the course I want, are
Yeah,
they?
not 200 miles away either.
Well, what was I supposed to do? Put down Manchester or Liverpool so I could come home every weekend like the dutiful, loving son? I've had to play that part long enough, thank you very much.
Will you still see him? Father?
Try and stop me. Why, do you fancy coming too now? See how the other half lives, eh?
How could I look her in the face if I did? It's all right for you. You're going. You'll be a free agent.
I'm going up. Will you see to the lights, please?
Morris. It's only because she loves you she carries on so. She loves you far more than anyone else.
Yes, well, if it's love makes people behave like she does, I'd rather do without it.
You telephone me directly you arrive.
Yes, I will.
Reverse the charges if you have to.
Bye. Bye.
He can't see us now. Anna? Where are you going?
I thought I might pop over to Rachel's. Kill a few hours.
You don't want to disturb them on a Saturday night. Well, put the kettle on. We'll have a game of cards. Anna! I'm off to the library.
Right. A London number, please. Maida Vale 6651. Southport 506. Morris? It's me.
And you're to stay with Morris all the time? No wandering off on your own?
Yes, Mother.
I'll come with you to the station. The trains are running late. You just have to telephone him and cancel it.
It's just the whole point of the exercise.
Stop nagging.
Well, this is it. Be it ever so humble. It's not exactly the archetypal love nest, I grant you, but still. Right then, kid, this is where we part company. Good luck and all that.
Aren't you coming in too?
They're sick of the sight of me by now. Can't stop. I'm meeting Berenice. Pick you up later.
Morris?
For Christ's sake, Anna, you didn't ring for a nice little social weekend and you know it. If you haven't got the guts to go through with it, say so and we'll scrub the whole idea. It's up to you. I'm going.